Good day. Today is still, this is the second video, or third. It's going to be episode 14. Today is March 28th, 2021. And the title of this one is going to be Time. And it's going to be a new and revolutionary way of looking at the world on a time level. You could call it time dash factor, time speed, time level, time cofactor, time constitutional, time constitution, or maybe time awareness, following in the line of the episode 13. The point of this, what I'm saying, is you've got to become aware of your standing in time. And this gets back to what I said in the other video about memory, how you look at your being. What is chasing you, how you relate to time. See, when you're in debt, somebody else is controlling your time. So your time level, your time constitution, your time level, your time speed is lower because you're indebted. Somebody else owns you. They own your time. Also, you're on a time payment, a monthly time payment or yearly time payment or a weekly time payment. It's like being in debt to the mafia. They're after you. So they own your time. If you plan ahead, like one of my first videos, something like 4 years ago, was about have a plan. It was like 5 minutes or something. This is a continuation of that idea. Those who have a plan that covers a greater span of time have a choice of living a higher form of life, a higher standard, a higher... They own their time. They're freer. And that's what I said in my 13th video, 13th episode, about when you're independent, you have a higher time awareness, time level, a time, your speed is on a greater cycle. Maybe we should call it time cycle. Now, one of the big things here is looking at criminality, because under the Biden regime, especially on the West Coast, you're having more and more cities pass codes that if you just claim to be poor, you have a right to go out and steal stuff from those who you think of as wealthy. Now, I've had people steal from me, and I'm living out of a van, sleeping in a van, but they, relative to them, they think I'm rich, or I have something that they feel that they need. And so they take that. So you understand, What I'm saying is their time, they're living in the moment. Kind of like an animal, the bad aspect of an animal, that they just, it's theirs for the taking. So their time level, time understanding is very short, very, very limited. So they have an issue with time. I know this may be difficult for some of you to understand, and it's difficult for me to cover it when I'm not talking with somebody that's, I'm trying to educate them more about this awareness. I can just give examples. Like these families that have a great plan that extends for generations, they have more control over not only their lives, but your lives, because they've set it up for you to become responsible off what they provide for you, for their services that they provide for you. There's nothing wrong with a service contract, but almost all the service contracts, including the government today, is so corrupt that it's scalping you. Those that are providing, that have the ability to produce something, they're losing it everything to the commonwealth of those, the majority, who say that we deserve what you have because we need it. Our needs are greater than yours. The needs of the many is more important than the production. And that's what Hillary Clinton was all about, and what Biden is about, and what communism is about. It looks great on paper, but it doesn't work because it punishes those who provide. It actually makes the providers criminals, and the criminals rule. And the easiest way to understand the empire today, the corrupt system that we live under, is that every word they have, every explanation is just the opposite. Like the Patriot Act. It's not a form of patriotism, it's to attack the patriots. They're now labeling the patriots as terrorists, or the whites as terrorists, as racists. Racism is still racism, whether you hate blacks or Chicanos or whites. It's still racism. So, you've got to have a new way of looking at time, and then you'll ever understand everything better. You'll be able to communicate better. Let's see, that's almost 10 or 9 minutes. Time is. Think of the songs that we had back in the 60s, the great music. Time. I think Pink Floyd had some great songs on time. So the more you control your time, the higher your time speed, your time level, your time awareness, your time factor is. So you want to attempt to achieve your highest time standing. And in order to do that, you have to stand on a solid ground, a solid footing, not a fake monetary system, not false pride like what they've been teaching in the communist schools since the 1970s. They've taught pride, and you earn pride. You can't believe you have pride. That's the problem. The kids graduating or the kids in school today, they have a false pride that they have more understanding than their parents, that they don't have to follow their parents. They can follow the communist government. Time. Tick, tock, tick, tock, tick. It's not necessarily the passage of time. It's your dimensionality. I've talked about the fourth and fifth dimension, and that time is is actually the fifth dimension. And if you understand the fourth dimension, that's your elevation in that time into the fifth dimension, which includes an afterlife. A corporation only lives in the now, the present. That's why under a corporation, or under where you don't accept an afterlife, where only things is while you're born, while you're living, atheism, that once you die, you're dead. That's it. When you have a bigger understanding and encompassing of time, you realize your responsibilities, and you're motivated to realize that your payments, the repaying of what you stole from people, connived out of them, some time in the future, even after you pass, you have to make restitution to those you've taken from, those that you've hurt. So under a corporation, which is basically Satan, you have no responsibility of repaying that debt to others. That's it in a nutshell. That's 13 minutes. Maybe I'll cut this off. You need to study this. You need to think about it. You need to become aware of it. You need to gain your time level, gain your time awareness, because that is how you control your body. Because therefore you're self-responsible. You're self-healing even. You're not depending on a pharmaceutical corporation to heal you, to make you more sick, to make you more diseased, to make you more incapable of your cells communicating within your body. Bye now.